Hi everyone, this is Killshot from 99 Gaming. This is The Walking Dead Season 9 leaked script revealed live. So we're going to talk about that. Warning, before you zoom in and try to decipher everything, warning, 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 we do have the scripts up on the screen. And let me tell you, oh boy, has life gotten very interesting in the last 24 hours. I have to tell you guys this because there's some back and forth going. So last night, as we talked about, you guys know the spoilers that Rick Grimes will die in episode number 5. AMC is actually responding, so hold on. We're not saying that it's wrong, but we did, we threw the credit right over to Spoiling Dead's fan page. They put it out there. There's a lot of deciphering going on with this. AMC put out a message, don't believe everything you hear. Now, we did speculate a little bit last night that this could be an intentional leaked script because it is so convenient. Why do you doodle on the back of the supposed script of which Rick Grimes dies? A lot of things. I mean, it could have been, hey, you know, Ezekiel is going out to hunt a deer, and we could have deciphered that. But the most dramatic scene of the season, someone just happened to put these clues on the back. So there is growing speculation that AMC is intentionally going after the spoiler sites and the people that promote this stuff. Not saying that Rick doesn't die. I'm not saying it's there. I'm just saying if there is just a small little sparkle of hope, there's a couple different ways that this could go down. It could be that it's fake. I'm not saying that just yet. Don't get your hopes up because we've already went through the emotional low. But it could have also been planted by AMC to divert the attention to something else. But they are responding that don't believe everything you hear. Great advice, right? Don't believe everything you hear. But the last 24 hours, people have been taking this story and just running and running and running it. Would it not be just an epic shock if AMC had its own version of fake news and put this fake script out there? Chaos, confusion. So I'm going to, you know, Cindy, we all feel like we're on a roller coaster. But I'll hold on to a little bit of hope if we have a little bit of hope, right? I'm going to read a response from the same person, Shiny Firefly, put it out there yesterday and said, we can now confirm that Rick does die. Well, hold on one second. Let me read today's response by the very same creator of Spoiling Dead's fan page, and then we'll get into the script. So it does say, the possibility of some people screwing with us is starting to rear its ugly head. While we still believe our information is credible, the likelihood that some type of shenanigans is afoot is slowly increasing. We stand by the spoiler because it's the clearest, most reliable information we have at this point. We all know, though, that some things are not always as they appear. We do care about accuracy, so if anything comes up, they will be releasing it. Would it not be a epic, I mean, could you imagine how amazing it would be if the writers put this out there and posted it just long enough to have thousands of people trying to put it up to a mirror and decipher it and do all of those things? So just think about it that way. All right, I do want to, let's get back to the script because this is it. And if AMC's watching, if some of those people are out there, which I know, you know, they know we do spoilers when we talk about it, then they're probably going to sit back, smoke a cigar, and get a good laugh out of this. But you know what? We're going to go through the script anyway because this is what we were led to believe is the official script. So let me kind of tell you the way it went down. So, no, Julie, I'm not saying they would have filmed a fake herd. They could have. I'm just saying that it is very, very convenient that the supposed scene that Rick dies happens to be the same scene that someone writes on the back of, face down, takes a picture of it, posts it, and there's enough text that you can actually go in and decipher a few of the words to really get everybody going. Doesn't that seem a little bizarre? I'm going to ask the group right now. We got a ton of people in here right now. I'm going to get to the super chat. So I want to say what's up to Valar with a shout out saying, hello 999 Army, Kills, Steph, Emmy, Kells, Bree, Sweet Tommy, sponsors, Patreons, and super chatters. So Denise Hopkins, you're absolutely right. What better way to get people talking before they go into Comic-Con? And why, once all the YouTubers are out there and the spoiler sites are talking about it. Why respond? Don't believe everything you hear. You could just stay radio silent. You don't have to. Totally on purpose, right, Miss Black? I mean, if you want somebody to find out something and you want to leave just enough for them to decipher, let me read a little bit of this so you can understand. And this has taken weeks of people word by word trying to figure this out. So I've read to you Shiny Firefly's official response. So this is how, right, Emmy? Is this not fishy? So this is how this would go down. All right, let's say, let me just paint a different scenario. Let's say me and the moderators all got together, and I had this script typed out, and we were going to do something really, really epic. And I was like, all right, guys, this is top secret, but I'm going to jump in my pajamas out of an airplane. And we all knew that. That's as random you get, right? And Emmy just happened to be over there, and she was bored with the conversation. And, we're like, hey, Emmy, you need to do this. Steph, you need to do this. Kel, you need to do this. So Emmy just decides to put the script that I took all day writing up and makes two little circles. And she's daydreaming, and she just wants to define what her life is like as a 999 mod. And she puts chaos and confusion. But this area right in the middle, well, those are the moments of brilliance, Killshot. Okay, that's a little unattentive, but convenient. So you do this thing, and it makes it look like you got all this going on. But let me tell you something. Hold on, everybody. Listen to this. You know what really, really makes this fishy? Of all the things on the script, how perfect those circles are drawn. Now, think about this for a second. Hold on. That's a damn good perfect circle that you were able to draw while you were sitting in your production meeting freelancing. Now, I've drawn a lot of circles, and you guys are probably going to be like, wait a minute, Kills. Hold on. Does that not look like... What the hell do you have a compass for in your production meeting? Who has a compass? Hidden clue number 1. They use a compass, but they don't type the words chaos and confusion. They just kind of go with that. Now, look, I've never been good at drawing shapes, but I'm just saying, it's a plant. It is planted. And while everybody's been going through and holding mirrors up and holding light up, not one person has said, you know what? I guess they could have put their coffee mug down there and traced around it. Or a bourbon bottle. You know what? It could have been a bourbon bottle, right? Maybe. But hold on a second. They just happened to trace it on the biggest scene that's out there. A scene, no less. I got to tell you, let's add hidden clue number 2. The 999 breakdown. And Scott Gimple, if you're watching, you are tricky. You are one tricky dude. But let's go on. Let's go forward a little bit. If I'm head of security of The Walking Dead, and I'm handing out scripts, they are given out. They are collected at the end of the script. They're correct. You don't just have this stuff floating around. And when you get them all back, surely you're going to be looking at it like, this person doesn't like their job very much. So Could it be that the circles signify alpha? An infinity belt buckle, maybe? Chris? There you go. You see where we're going with that? I think we're looking into it too deep. However, here is the leaked script, okay, that has been able, and over time, if people put enough time into this, they will be able to decipher probably 75 to 80% of it. But here's a few of the words. If you guys want to start, and we're on the right side. The left side is the one that's backwards. It's the back of it. So it's been inverted. So at the very top, you can see in red, Rick. And then you can see on Rick. And then you can see Rick. Now, we can zoom in and probably make out another word or two. But you've got doubt in there, and you've got the gun. So some people thought it was Daryl with the gun. And it is the words the gun. Zach, trust me. It's there. All right, but if we scroll over or scroll down a little bit more, you can see the big news here is in purple. So look over on it's the third circle from left to right. And it's under the word confusion, but it says Michonne still running. And then either shows or slows. So what they've made out of this is that Rick at this point has been overtaken by a herd. And Michonne sees it, and Michonne is running in. All right, I'm going to get back to that in 1 second. Corporal Epic Army says AMC has never been good at keeping things from being leaked. They released the Season 2 Blu-ray, Shane's last episode. You know what, Epic, I don't disagree with you, but I will tell you, something as big as the Rick death, they are much, much better at it at this point. So, to me, it's one of two things. And I'm going to ask you right now. I want everybody to take a stand. It's not an accident. You've got one of two choices. It's fake, or it's leaked on purpose by AMC. And I do have, Wilson, I got your super chat. So Wilson wants to say, love to Emmy and Steph from over the pond. Wilson, I didn't even get a little love in there. Emmy and Steph get the love, but no love to Killshot. It's okay. You're allowed. So Gina says 100% not accident, but some people are now. So Donna Coleman says, why would they leak it on purpose? Hype it up. To hype up the Rick Grimes farewell tour. To get people talking. To get us doing what we're doing right now. To get people to crowd into Comic-Con. I can tell you, if the executives at Walking Dead put out a fake script, I will love them beyond belief. I would have so much respect if this is a big fake and everybody's talking about it. Well, first of all, I would be like extremely elated if Rick was still alive. Because honestly, I think they should do my method and let him take off. Paul Eagle said it exactly right. We would all be getting Rick rolled. If Scott Gimple was Rick rolling everybody, Now, here's why Spoiling Dead fans took such a big risk by saying this is what happens in episode 5. It's a combination. It's what was deciphered from the script, and it's the fact that they have been filming herds of walkers. Jake, I've heard that, and I agree with you. The Spoiling Dead fans are not wrong. But do not put it past the executives at Walking Dead to mix it up one time. It would be absolutely epic, right? I'd have no problem doing a video and doing a retraction. It's not my theory. I'm reporting other people's information. And if they're right, they're right. But if they were to create a whole lot of work and keep everybody busy all summer trying to figure out these letters, that to me would be like the ultimate troll. Jake, I just got to ask you. Just a question. This is for Jake from State Farm. Have you seen pictures of Rick Grimes being engulfed by a herd of walkers? Just got to know. Have you seen the pictures? It's just a yes or no question. No. No pictures. We've seen a picture of the back of a script with perfectly drawn circles, but no pictures of Rick being engulfed by walkers. So, just food for thought. All right, couple super chats here. Kills. You'd get more love if you... I'm not reading that. I'm just not even putting that... I'll let Steph deal with you. Sergeant Chosen One. Scott. Mastermind Gimple. I'm going to read a little bit more of the script. And I'm going to give you the pros and I'm going to give you the cons. Okay? So, if you scroll down to where below the purple, the words that were made out is of the herd. And then starts to. Of the herd starts to. And then if you go down in the blue, it says, Daryl utterly gutted, just struggling to hear Shane. Okay. So there appears to be a comma there. So the speculation is that Rick has some interaction with Daryl, and he's utterly gutted. That's hard to say. Just struggling to hear Shane. Now, up there where it says starts to, it's like he starts to. He starts to do something. And then no. Michonne, and then the big part down here that they've been able to decipher is pulling her back. Carol was doing something, and Michonne continues to struggle to break free. So, couple things here. One, I think the people Walking Dead are a little bit amazed that more of this has not been deciphered faster. They're probably like, do we have to drop another Easter egg so you guys get the script so you can read it word for word? So the fact it's taking a long time to decipher it might be a little troublesome. And I do think that there's some enjoyment being done. Jessica, there's a comma there. So the previous sentence is unreadable, but it is something like, it's probably something Rick does this to, sees Daryl, comma, and then he's struggling to hear Shane's last words. And Hot Dogs with No Bun says, I honestly think they want us to find this and figure it out, keep us busy focusing on this. Powder Chip, it's not impossible to decipher. Once you see the words typed above it, and there's a lot of resources you can go that are a little bit more clear, those words are very clear. But let me give you the extreme cons. And before I do that, I need all of you to do me a big favor. Huge favor. A couple hundred people in here watching this stream live. We know we gotten shout-outs from people. Hippo and his crew got some shout-outs from people that work for The Walking Dead. If all of you guys could hit the like button. Like this video, like the conversation, get involved in the conversation, support the 999 Army, be a part of what we do. If you're new, subscribe. There'll be more videos, more chat, more talking about it. I'm going to give you those two scenarios again. Number one, it is intentionally leaked by AMC and they want us to figure it out. Number two, it's completely fake. The third option is somebody stumbled upon this, and that's bullshit. I'm just telling you right now, scratch option number three. This was not discovered. This is not some epic find. This is planted, and it's for one of two reasons. That reason is to get us desensitized toward it or to get us hyped up, or it is to completely, utterly, it says utterly gutted. I don't know anybody types the words utterly gutted. I mean, that's pretty extreme. I got to feel that somebody's sitting back just laughing their ass off right now. You know what? Use utterly gutted. Some YouTubers be trying to say that fast. Utterly gutted, utterly gutted, utterly gutted. I can do it. But there's a lot of people that can't do it. But let's just take how it could be. I can't believe I only did it 4 times. You guys are counting. So, let's see what this could accomplish if this was staged. 1, the most respectable, most reputable group out there, Spoiling Dead's fan page, going on record as saying this, would be a shot to them. I mean, we're still going to like them. We're still going to trust them. But this would be a kind of, ha, we got you this one time. You got us a lot, but we finally got you one time. All right? Just kind of put that in the back of your mind. But number 2, and I'm going to get to you in 1 second, Epic. Number 2, you have a person who has a copy of the script that is so careless with the script that they draw on it. Look, let me tell you something. How much would this script be worth maybe one day on eBay after Rick dies? If you just kind of kept it. Say, you know what? I won't release it. Just let me keep this copy of it. I'm not going to draw all over it. That'd be like someone winning the Super Bowl and getting a game ball and drawing little happy faces all over it. No, you don't do that. You don't doodle on the back of your Walking Dead script, and you don't do it in perfect circles. It's just not the way it goes down. So those are 2 big things. And number 3, and perhaps the most important of all three. You don't do it on the back of a scene that supposedly is the biggest character in the history of Walking Dead dying. You don't. You know what would be on the back of this script? Teardrops. Where are the freaking teardrops? If you're filming this, you ain't drawing the back of a cup, writing chaos and confusion and all this other bullshit. You're going to be crying. You're going to be like you guys were last night. Do you know how emotional it was last night? Do you know how much we talked about this? Do you know how many people were upset and called out of work and their stomach was hurting because of Rick Grimes? Where are the teardrops on the back of this sheet of paper? None. But somebody is making little neat, perfect mini circles. No. Not. It is planted or it's fake. Those are your two options at this point. 100%. I'm not saying that Rick doesn't die. I'm not saying that you have to have hope that he lives. What I'm saying is you can have hope if you want to. Right, Miss SRA? Or Mr. SRA? Or Miss RA13? I don't know. It's either a Mr. or a Mr. SRA. Right? We're debunking. We're debunking it right now. We're not going to completely debunk it. We're going to debunk it to a degree of the why, of exactly how this happened. Oh, and number 4. Let me get to number 4. AMC tweeting out, "Don't believe everything you hear." What's that all about? I will personally, if this is fake, I will personally write Scott Gimple a love letter. Dear Mr. Gimple, you are the most amazing troll, producer, showrunner, franchise leader. You're the most awesome person in the history of The Walking Dead. If he did this, if he had the huevos to pull this off, I will type a letter, post it on YouTube, and you know what I'll do? I'll draw 2 big circles on the back of it and put you in one, win in the other one. I will write it, I'll flip it over, I'll send it to him, I'll let him decipher it and say, Scott Gimple, you win. Because it would be amazing. Keep that in the back of your mind. I got a super chat to get to. So let me jump into super chat real quick. We got 2 of them. Saw a misconception from comments. This channel is only about spoilers. This channel does predictions, hidden clues, and lots of other things. Epic, I appreciate that because I do want to say we probably do more predictions and have more fun with The Walking Dead than anything else. When spoilers come out, the only reason why we do spoilers is because other people are talking about them. And if we don't at least entertain them once they're out there, once they're kind of public knowledge, then we're behind. So I would rather, to be perfectly honest with everybody here, I would rather there be no spoilers. Because our group has more fun doing the predictions and doing hidden clues and what Walking Dead means to us. But once they become public and other people start to spread them, we do talk about them, and we use it as a validation of what we predict, which is probably one of the few sites that does that. I don't think Ronnie does spoilers, which kudos to him. There are other people that do it, but we release them after the fact. We don't try to be the first people, and I also think that we've gotten some respect from AMC and from people at The Walking Dead because of that. We use it as a validation. We're not out there filming anybody. We're not sending drones out there. We're not stalking people. That's not what we do. Spoiler sites do that. But we talk about their information. That's how we roll. All right, got another super chat in here. Captain, my use of language was a little colorful. Your comment was more directed at a particular female. And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't know if that particular female, you're a good dude, but I don't know if she's comfortable you making comments like that. And like I said, I'm not going to speak for her, but that's something, How loose and casual the conversation is, that's between you and her. But she has the ability to block you, so I guess if she wants to use those powers to do so. But love you, brother, but I'm here to talk about The Walking Dead, not somebody else's shaving habits. There you go. All right, moving on. Let's get back to what exactly could go down with this. So if AMC, if The Walking Dead is responding, let me put it this way. With all the information that was out there about Madison, The Walking Dead never responded. Hang on. Think about this for a minute. When people were releasing spoilers about other people, The Walking Dead never said, don't believe everything you hear. Why did it take them less than 1 day to respond to all the spoilers that are out there? So that's epic conclusion number 5. We've talked about how this could be an epic troll, how the circles are too perfect, how they're leading us on a wild goose chase, how it is on the back of the most important death in the history of Walking Dead, right? But how about the speed at which they responded when everybody starts getting riled up? Just seems interesting. Now, not going to say that it's not real. Not going to say it's not going to go down like that. I am not going to, if you wanted to put my spoiler reputation on the line against the Spoiling Dead's fan page, I will take the Spoiling Dead's fan page over and over and over again. They are an amazing source of spoiler information. AMC does not care for them. The Walking Dead does not care for them. So I would not at all be surprised if this was staged. And if it was staged with a fake script, I would absolutely love it. So, yeah, moving on, everybody. It's been addressed. Some jokes are not the best jokes and definitely should not always be super chatted. We've moved on. Like I said, that's not for us to decipher. Steph's a grown woman, and she can handle herself. So, moving on, everybody. We're talking about The Walking Dead, and let's get back to what we do best. Johnny the Future says, do you have a clearer script? It actually, it's fuzzy on the screen, but the pictures I have are more clear. And I can tell you, I did not decipher this. There are parts that I can go in and probably make out a word here, a word there. But I do think that they're expecting this to happen a little faster. So I'll cover it again. Right, Cindy? Would that not be epic if they spoiled our spoilers? Let me give you epic clue number 6. And this is a biggie. Okay? When, you know what? I love it. Epic. Gimple Gate. We could call this Gimple Gate if this comes true. If this were not leaked intentionally, or if this was not faked, there would be a whole lot more backlash from AMC. It would be pulled off of social networking sites. It would be blocked. But nothing, not even a murmur. And in fact, before I did this live stream tonight, I tweeted it out to AMC, to Talking Dead, to hashtag The Walking Dead, to hashtag The Walking Dead Season 9, to hashtag Fear the Walking Dead. Because I know they were watching the videos we did yesterday, which is why they responded so quickly. A few YouTubers and a spoiler site putting out some information, not usually a big deal. But when the information starts to go viral and gets out that fast, then they responded very quickly. And I really think there's people watching these live streams that they're involved, that they're chiming in, and they're like, whoa, but I'm going to call them on their bluff. I think you got two options. Now, don't take this as Rick living. I hope that they take our advice that we threw out there 3 months ago and said, let Rick leave the show. I hope that's what happens. But I don't know. There are other things that are being leaked out there that the Spoiling Dead fans did piece it together, and they did a hell of a job. You know, they're deciphering the script. You know, they see who's filming in different areas. They see the big herds of walkers, and they piece it together, and it seems viable. It seems legit. So I don't necessarily disagree with that. I would love for that to be wrong. But I think there's a stronger case that this was planted. Right? So if AMC, if you're watching again tonight, because we did a whole lot of streaming last night, kudos to you if you pulled this off. It would be as epic as any Rick ending that we would want to see. So I'm going to go over just a couple things because we said we would show the script live, and I'm going to read through just a few of the comments. We'll start from the top, and it just in red. This is the stuff on the right side. It's been flipped around. Epic, I don't disagree. Changing the banner. Rick's leaving. I would wholeheartedly say Rick is leaving this season. So how he's leaving and how this goes down, though, is probably what we want to look at a little bit more. The one thing that just struck me last night, you know it really, really got me, and I kept saying this over and over again. It's so weird how this spoiler, and this came out so early, like way, way early, several months earlier than usual. But I don't think that doesn't mean that, hey, Daryl got money. Daryl could be the lead of the show. It doesn't mean that this is the way Rick's going to die. Somebody, thank you. Somebody just reminded me. Jimmy's jamming. Thank you so much, Jimmy. Jimmy's jamming says, damn, Kills. Love it when you get your feathers ruffled. You know, I do. I can rant from time to time. When you really get worked up about something. But the more I looked at this, I didn't feel silly about talking about it. I felt a little bit of relief. Like I'm looking at it and just trying to piece why this would even make sense. And wouldn't it be awesome if the joke is on us? Hey, I'm up for a good gig, a good gag, a good laugh. I'm fine with it. if this is planted, if this is wrong, great job. Angela says, I literally had nightmares last night about Rick dying. And I love the fact, I love the support that people are saying, won't stop watching. Daryl could be the face of the show. Yeah, there's a lot really to decipher from this. But for this spoiler to come out as obviously as it's as fast as it did and as obvious is strange. But those of you that logged on a little bit late, I do want to say this. Last night we said, hey, the spoiler prediction, the credit will be 100 with the Spoiling Dead's fan page. But let me also say that Shiny Firefly has not backpedaled, but taken a step back. I'm going to read this comment again if you guys missed it earlier. So one more time. This is from Shiny Firefly from The Walking Dead. Okay? Big update here. So yesterday it was Rick does, all capitals, die. But today it says the possibility of them screwing with us is starting to rear its ugly head. While we still believe our information is credible, the likelihood that some type of shenanigans is afoot is slowly increasing. So all the people that said the Spoiling Dead's fan page is never wrong, doesn't that seem like they're starting to toe a little bit of middle ground? Like maybe they're a little worried. All right, but hold on. We stand by the spoiler because it's the clearest, most reliable information we have. We all know, though, some things are not as they appear. That's not a rebuttal. It's not a flip-flop, but it is a, let me just back up a little bit. And if I'm wrong, we're wrong. It's okay. You can be wrong. But what people that keep coming on here and say, well, if they said it, it's 100%. They're never wrong. They're never wrong. They're never wrong. I've heard that over and over again. I get it. But we also don't usually see them backpedal a little bit either, do we? So, Epic says, how many of you believe the Carl death spoiler rumors that were out before the season 8 started? No one wanted to believe that, but it happened. The difference, Epic, is those were rumors. Those were not leaked spoilers. And as it got credible, let me also say that there was, let me take you back on that. Because the Carl death rumor that was out there, that was floating around on the spoiler pages, was not that Carl got bit by a walker. The spoiler that was out there was that Carl got stabbed at the front gate, and they heard Carl and Michonne talking why someone was stabbing Carl. So the first spoiler that was out there about Carl's death was that he got stabbed to death, not that he got bit by a walker. That was not found out until about 3 weeks before it happened. And Chandler didn't even find out about it until a couple of weeks before it happened. So let's not give spoiler sites credit for things that were talked about 3 months before the show started. There were predictions that were out there. But they knew, and now a credit to Spoiling Dead's fan page. They actually had talked to Chandler, and Chandler had told them and said, look, we know you guys know what's going on. With all due respect, don't release it. And they didn't. And I respect them for that. But this, to me, looks like a slap in the face. All right, everybody. We are going to wind this stream down. I'm going to recap a little bit. You guys can go back if you want bits and pieces of it. Actually, here you go. I'm just going to read it one more time because I don't know at this point the credible nature of it. But the one that is supposedly deciphered, and as I said, Scott Gimple is probably like, will you guys hurry up and get this? I mean, utterly gutted is great. But here's a few of the keywords that people think that they, Rick, something on Rick. Rick. So a lot of the scene is about Rick. But then I doubt, and then there's something with a gun. We don't know who has the gun. And then you can't really make out anything until a little bit later on where it says, Michonne still running, shows or slows. All right. Then we have some words of the herd, and then something to do with Rick, and Daryl, utterly gutted, just struggling to hear Shane. Michonne, no, ... And then we see the word grind, and Maggie pulling her back. Carol was continuously struggling to break free. That's what we got. So it does look like the words are starting to be discovered. Make of that what you will. But I think more importantly than that, and don't hate. Perfect circles. Red flag. Drawing on the back of the most important script in the history of The Walking Dead. Red flag. Released enough text so you can see through it. Red flag. AMC's response that fast. Like that. We did streams last night just like that. They're responding. Don't believe everything you hear. Maybe they're playing some games with us. All right, everybody, we're going to wind this thing down. If you guys want to see another stream and talk about this a little bit more, about how this could be a faked script, I am down for one more stream. If you guys are up for it in about 30, 40 minutes or so, give me a quick 999 if you guys want to run this back and talk about maybe Scott Gimple Rick rolling everybody. If I see enough 999s in the stream, we will run this back and we'll get together and we'll talk about it all over again. So I'm hoping the screen fills up. If not, if we can't get a few more likes and a few more people involved, then we'll just call it an early day. Can we get another 30 or 40 people to like this video and show a little love to the 999 Army? How about that? And that way I'll truly feel that our predictions, our spoilers, our hidden clues are all very well received. And once again, I want to thank all the people that were super chatting. I want to thank the Patreons. I want to thank the sponsors, everybody that's involved. You guys can look in the description down below. If you guys want to rock some 999 Army gear and go to a Comic-Con or Walker Stalker and say, hey, Scott, I'm part of the 999 Army, and I would like to ask you a question, that would be great. You guys can see the link of where to do that. If you guys want to join us on our Facebook fan page, that would be awesome as well. So many chances to get involved with what we do. Subscribe. Once this video goes live, leave some comments, comment on other people's comments, and we're going to get together in about 45 minutes, and we are going to talk about how the script might have been planted after all. Some extended chat with that. Thanks, everybody. I will talk to y'all soon, and peace.